5 deep. Here we are with another chapter. I'm Otis,
And I'm Jerry.
and this is Two Guys Catching Up on Football. Our weekly chance for me and Jerry, we're old friends, and a weekly chance for us to catch up on all the things that's football. So we only have a couple of more weeks of the regular season, and we're going to stop when the regular season is done.
I was just thinking we're in week 15, I think.
I think so, something
Yeah,
like that.
including the bye week. Yeah.
And yeah, with the bye weeks, I think it goes to week 18 because there's 17 weeks in the season, something
Yeah.
like that. So, but we're just gonna touch on a little bit on each of the games, the scoring and all that stuff that happened this week, and a good one to start with is Brandon Staley's farewell to. Oh, wait a minute, Brandon Staley's already gone
Yeah,
farewell.
he's already fair. His ship
Jerry and
has
I, in
sailed.
the first week, I think either the first week of our telecast or our podcast or the preseason week, I forget which one it was, we both uh, postulated, that's a good
Yeah.
word.
Yep.
It's not used enough.
No,
We
it's
both
not.
we both postulated, how does Brandon Staley still have a job?
Yeah.
How could he not be fired? Well, it took them a while, but they finally came to the same conclusion that you and I did. Brandon Staley should not be a head coach in the
No,
National
he's
Football
good.
League.
Yeah. I
So,
I think we had him on the hot. He was our almost preseason pick to be on the hot seat all year.
and I think maybe we picked him to be the first one to let go. We might have.
Probably.
I don't remember. He has, we always say Tomlin does more with less than
Oh,
anybody
he
in the
does.
NFL. Brandon Staley did less with
That's what.
more than anybody else in the NFL.
No question.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, the wide receivers they have, the quarterback they have, and he's the defensive guy,
Defense.
and the
Yeah.
defense had some good players on it, and they still were not
Nothing.
good.
Yeah.
And so it was like it was just I turned the game off when the Raiders scored the third touchdown off the third fumble that the Chargers had. And I think it was in the first quarter, and I turned the game off then. So while I was surprised the Raiders scored 63, now get this: the Raiders have only scored 265 points all season.
It's crazy.
63 was Thursday. So 25% of their points, roughly, came in one game. So that was, I guess maybe you texted me and said people on Twitter were calling for him to be fired at halftime.
At halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You do make me. I don't. And the Raiders too is how do you go the week before they lost 3-0? I think right. How and then the next week they put up 63. So
Well, it helps when the other team keeps giving you the ball.
that's true.
That helps.
Yeah,
So
I can't. What was the quarterback? Is that Quick? Whoever the quarterback was for the Chargers. Was it Quick
no.
or
His
Cook?
name is Easton Stick.
Yeah, Stick. Yeah.
His name is Easton Stick. It was not good. I mean, the one defensive back who scored off the interception, he was standing he was
Yes.
jumping in front of the receiver, and how he could not see him is
I
beyond
don't.
me. But I guess he went blind. I don't know. It was when things go wrong. I think it was just Staley is you got to be fired. I mean
Yeah,
that's
no, now we're gonna project a little ahead. So if Belichick is fired, I like the idea of him in L.A. if Belichick was not to go to LA, who does?
Yeah, I think Tomlin should just walk away from the Steelers.
I
I
like
mean,
Tomlin myself. I would personally like to see Tomlin in Chicago. That's an old traditional football team. Let's
yeah,
get the Bears winning again. They've been a doormat for a
yeah,
long time. So
yeah, but I don't think the ownership of the Steelers is going to let Tomlin go for one
no, I
bad
don't think so
season.
either. No.
Tomlin would have to resign. If he
Yeah.
resigned, they'd be okay with it,
Yeah.
but I don't think they'll let him go.
You
He'll
know, it's
have
hard.
to.
It's hard to win with Kenny Pickett's. It's even harder to win with Trubisky, and even harder to win with Mason Rudolph. So I don't know what they expect Tomlin to do.
Yeah,
I would probably they probably need to draft a quarterback again.
yeah. Now, if Tomlin is involved in personnel decisions, then a lot of this is on him. because
True.
because they should have been planning to replace because Roethlisberger was injured a lot the last 3 or
Yeah.
4 years he was on the team, and they should have invested a higher draft pick
Yes.
in a quarterback if he's involved in personnel decisions.
You
If
know.
he's not, then whoever is should be fired because they did not give him what he needed to continue the
True.
Steeler tradition. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah, so
I'm not. I sent you the stat, and I don't remember it now. But Najee Harris, I don't know. I didn't they take him in the first round?
yeah, they did, and he was good. He was good the first few years, but he's not so good anymore.
No, I like the other
Yeah,
guy better. Yeah.
yeah, he's not so good. So the Bengals pulled off a last minute win against the
Yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah.
The Pastronaut is no more.
No.
Uh,
Yeah. We lost our guy.
he is the Benchonaut. So he's not he's no
He
more.
still gets. What did we change it to? Our MFP, our most favorite player of the year. I think.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
our
He
most
still
favorite.
gets our MFP award.
Yeah,
So
he's
yeah.
our most favorite. He's our most favorite player.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew continues to win. Colts beating the Steelers. That was, um,
There.
but now when they jumped out to a 13-0 lead, I'm like, okay, they're back to being who they were. Um, Tomlin probably will pick up two more wins in the three games that he has left,
Mm,
but I mean,
I
because
can't remember what they're. I
well,
looked it up.
he's got the Browns coming up, and
No, they're done with the Browns.
oh, are they done with the
They
Browns?
have the. It's not easy. I know that.
Yeah.
They do play the Ravens and I believe the Bengals, who aren't a
Oh
pushover
yeah.
now.
Okay, then this will
Yeah, they
probably
they they lost it basically when the Steelers lost to New England and to
yes,
Arizona.
yes.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those were
That was the end
huge
of it.
losses. Yeah,
Yeah, that was the end of it.
yeah.
Which is too bad, but that
Barring a
happens.
miracle. Yeah,
Yeah, and then the Lions beat the Broncos, but Jared Goff was at home. He
yeah.
plays well at home.
Yep. And
So
on that one, what do you think of? I don't know if you saw the clip. A lot of people were talking about. I did watch it. I saw a clip. Sean Payton chewing out Russell Wilson on the sideline.
oh,
And
I saw it. I didn't see the clip. I saw an article, and he said he wasn't yelling at Russell about something he didn't do.
oh,
He was yelling at one of the officials, and
hmm,
Russell was just standing in the
standing there.
sideline. Whether he was or not, I'm just going to let it go because right after that, he told a reporter, "Well, the truth is, I don't have to tell you what I said to Russell." So,
True.
so I'll just take him. I'll just take him at his
He now is so. I think we know Peyton is going to go in a different direction at quarterback next year. If that happens, Russell Wilson could go to Pittsburgh or somewhere else that needs a quarterback.
I don't think Pittsburgh would take on the contract.
Yeah, probably not.
I now if Denver agreed, because they can do this, they've done this before.
Pay
If
for
Denver agreed to take on the majority of the salary that's due him,
yeah,
they might. They very well might. So, but they're not going to do it unless Denver agrees to something, some sort of stipulation like
right.
that. Because I mean, the truth is, it's Denver's fault. They're paying him that much,
Yeah,
so it should be Denver's responsibility to
that
continue to
was
pay.
a bad deal too. They're playing better this year,
Yeah,
but
that was
and
a
I
bad
don't think their
deal.
schedule's all that hard either. So
No, I don't think so.
yeah,
But
they'll be in the mix. Yeah,
I don't think they'll make the playoffs though,
I
because
don't know.
the three teams above them are playing good football, and so I don't think. And when you look past the three teams that are in the wild card, the three teams that are above them, not the Ravens, but the other three, they're also playing good football too.
Yeah,
So they just have a hard way to go to make it to the playoffs.
right.
Matter of fact, well, we can bypass the Saints and Giants. That was just yeah.
I think Saints are back to 500 though, aren't they? 7-7.
Yes, they are, and I think
Same with the Tampa Bakers. Yeah,
yeah, the Tampa Bakers,
yeah,
yeah, they're tied for the division lead.
yeah.
So hopefully somebody out of the division will be at the worst 9-8.
I think the
Hopefully.
Saints might be my second most disappointing team
Oh yeah,
because they got Derek Carr, they had Michael Thomas back, all this and that.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, they haven't done much. They're
Yeah,
just kind of hanging around.
yeah, and what's his name? He used to be a Saint. Then he became a Raider. Then he's back at the tight end Graham. Um,
Oh, Jimmy Graham.
thank you.
Yeah,
Isn't Jimmy Graham like 200 years old?
I was just thinking the same thing. If it is Jimmy Graham,
Oh
I
no,
think he
it's
was.
him. It's
Yeah,
him.
I think he was playing back in the 2001 Saints versus Niners playoff game or
Oh
something.
my goodness.
Right? I think.
Yeah. Oh, it was Seattle. He went to Seattle, not
Yeah,
the Raiders. He went to
but he
Seattle.
seems like if he's still playing, he has
Oh,
been around.
he's still playing. He got
Yeah.
a touchdown today.
Oh yeah, he's been around.
It's his third touchdown in the last two games, or his fourth touchdown in the last three. He has 8 catches, 4 are for touchdowns.
Wow,
I mean
good stat.
yeah, and and being around since the disco era, that's not half bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not bad.
Yeah, so and now we're on to your boys, the Browns. They used to be the cardiac kids many
Yeah.
years ago, and
Oh,
they're doing it now. When we talk about Methuselah's classmates, we gotta put Joe Flacco in there. I
yeah, no
mean,
kidding. Yeah.
yeah, there was one sack that the Bears had, and I was laughing because I was like,
Oh,
they knew where he was going to be because he's never where he's not going.
yeah, no, yeah. He
It's
can't
not,
move. That's
he
my.
can't, he
Yeah.
can't get out of he cannot get out of the way of
I
trouble.
don't know what is going on with the Browns this year, but in the first half, man, again, the offense looked horrible.
Yeah.
And then somehow they're pulling off these games. I don't know what. And at the end, the Hail Mary, the ball basically bounced off the Bears guy's numbers in the end zone. He had it twice, I
He's
think.
laying on the
And
ground and he had it. He had it.
that doesn't normally normally he catches that and the Browns lose a heartbreaker.
Well,
So
it's the
I
Browns
don't
year,
know what's
buddy.
going on.
It's
Yeah.
the Browns year. That's all I can
I
tell you.
guess so. I don't know. And they're doing it with a mash unit, basically. They don't, everybody's hurt. It's pretty
They
incredible.
on Monday they go outside the building and they go, "You look like you can play
Yeah,
quarterback. Come here.
I saw
I just
somebody.
need you. I just need you to throw the ball where I tell you and hand it off when I tell you. That's all I need for you to do."
I,
Stefanski has done a great job.
he should be coach of the year, I think. Yeah. I
Well,
really do.
he won't get it because D'Amico Ryans
Oh,
is the
yeah,
coach.
that's probably true
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. D'Amico Ryans
Yeah.
is the coach of the
Yeah,
year.
somebody today, because they lost another lineman today, the Browns, and I saw
Yeah.
somebody on the same thing said over the PA in the stadium, they said, if you're in attendance, you're over 300 pounds, come on down.
We'll tell you who to block. You just block them. Even if
Just
you don't
stand
block
there
them well, just get in their way,
and get in
but
their way.
don't let them get to the
You
quarterback.
know,
That's
I
all
got
you
to
got to
make
do.
one note on the Browns. Miles Garrett, after last week, complained about being held all the time. There was a play today. I don't even know how they missed it. I really don't. He literally got tugged by the face mask and basically kind of thrown to the ground. No call. So
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know. You can watch if you keep your eye on Miles Garrett. He gets held a lot, but so does Bosa. So does a lot of people.
A lot of the
Yeah,
guys that can get to the quarterback,
yeah,
they get held a lot.
yeah. They get
But
held a lot. They
but
get
it's
double teamed and held. Whatever they
right.
can do to stop them. Yeah.
But there's a good reason for that because that's about the only way they can keep them from
Yeah,
getting
yes,
to the
it is true
quarterback.
too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
that's and the officials aren't going to call it
They
every
can't.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
they can't.
which is about calls. The officials today called so many wide receivers offside
Yeah,
today.
even
It had there
the,
was at least three. I'm watching Red Zone, so there's at least three that were being shown on Red Zone at the time, and probably league wide, they probably went, okay, fine. We used to let you guys get away with it.
yeah,
Kadarius Toney was so far offside.
yep,
He was playing linebacker
yeah,
for the Bills,
yeah,
and we called it because he was so far offside. It wasn't even close.
yeah.
So from here on out, if the receiver does, because I noticed this, a couple of the receivers didn't look out to the official. One official, and I forget which game it was on,
Uh-huh.
but came onto the field and actually tried to get the receiver's attention to stop to make sure he backed up before the snap. Receiver never looked at him. He went back to the sideline, threw the flag. So it's like that's fine. If that's what you want us to do, that's
Yeah,
what we're gonna do.
right, right.
So you can't say anything about it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nobody's picking on you, Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna call it on everybody
we're
now.
calling on everybody. So
Yep.
there you go. So and then we got the Dolphins and the Jets. Um, Zach Wilson needs to just be quiet when they ask
Yeah.
him a question in the interview room. He just because they asked him, they said, "Oh, you played a great game today. Is this something you can build on?" And he goes, "Oh well, no, I expect to do this every week." Oh gosh,
Yeah, stop right there.
I just kind of went, oh, you're killing me. You're absolute Elizabeth. I'm
Yeah.
coming to join you, honey, because this kid is absolutely killing me. The arrogance, the utter arrogance to say that this is what I expect to do. Okay,
Well, man,
so for the rest of the season, you've just sucked,
yeah.
and 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 that's it. That's the bottom line. You've been benched. Uh, I think
Maybe
he got
he's been hanging around and going out to dinner with Aaron Rodgers or something like
yeah,
that.
I
I
think
mean,
he got benched again
it
today.
might be rubbing off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the Jets are officially eliminated,
Well,
and you
they
still,
were officially eliminated the play after Rogers got hurt.
yeah, but they still now they're still toying around. playing with the media with, oh, Rodgers might come back for Christmas, and that. Come on, please.
The Jets offensive line would not allow Rodgers to be efficient or effective because he's another one. He can't escape the rush anymore,
No.
like he used to be able
Yeah.
to. And so if the quick throws are not there, he would never have enough time. They'd
No.
probably still be in the same situation that they're in, except he probably would have faked an injury to get out of playing. So
Maybe he could always just tug at his ankle now
yeah,
and leave.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So the Dolphins did their job. The Chiefs did their job, and so the receivers held onto the ball for the most part today,
Yeah.
and so so that was pretty good. The Texans did their job, and
Wow.
and and they
That one
managed.
surprised me. Yeah.
It surprised me because Tennessee got the ball with about a minute left before overtime, and I think they ran three pass plays. They were all incomplete. So then the Texans get the ball with
Yeah.
like about 30, 40 seconds left. They hit one big play, and I thought they had actually won the game on a touchdown run, but um, they got called for holding. But they were far enough down that the holding penalty still kept them in field goal range, and the guy
That's
kindly
one
fair
that. How
play.
about if Belichick gets fired, Mike Vrabel comes to New England?
I don't know. They
Oh, okay.
still don't have a decent quarterback. I don't really think it matters who goes.
No, it's not.
I,
New England has no quarterback right now.
right. It's not.
Nobody.
It's not a very desirable position,
Not
unless
really.
unless maybe you're a first time. It would be your first time being a head coach, and then you'd want the job. But for somebody,
You're gonna have demands on you all the time there. Well, that's anywhere, but I think Patriots fans got real spoiled.
oh sure they did,
Yeah.
sure they did. So and then my 49ers, it was close for a while, um, but they should
Yeah.
have beaten the Cardinals, and it should have been a beatdown, and so they did what they should have done.
Yeah.
So
I
uh,
think Smurf had one drive to open, and that was about it.
yeah, that was about it.
Yeah.
And then he got blasted by somebody.
I
And
tell you, the only I think I texted you was when Purdy was down.
yeah,
Is to me is hold your breath. Yeah,
I
hold.
missed that because I flipped.
I think
Well,
he just got a helmet to helmet hit. Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I missed that because after you texted me that, I flipped over to see what happened. I saw Sam Darnold in the game. I went, oh, okay.
yeah,
But then I think it was only one or two plays, and
yeah, he was back in pretty
he was
quick.
back on the
Yeah,
field.
yeah.
So Ron Rivera
Well,
is starting his farewell tour.
yeah, he's on 3 more games. He'll be gone. Yeah,
3 more games, he'll be gone,
and
and
he's
yeah,
gone.
yeah. So now we'll see if they'll clear the entire coaching staff, or if they're going to elevate.
Probably. Oh, Del
Um,
Rio? I don't think
no, not
so.
Del Rio.
Oh,
Offensive
Bieniemy.
Bieniemy.
Maybe.
See if they'll elevate Bieniemy to head coach. So
That's an interesting one.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. So we'll see how they actually decide to handle that. Um, but not a lot of the games today were good. Um, most of them, most of them were more than one score. Oh, I missed. Panthers got their second win,
Yeah, I did see that. Oh man, the Falcon. I think 9-7.
9-7.
Yeah.
It was
I,
in a deluge. There was
okay.
there it was. There was an arc
Yeah.
at one end zone, and so there was this guy in a long white beard, and so he was just getting his provisions on and ready to
I
take
feel bad
off.
for Desmond Ritter. I know he was playing in that game, and
It
they
it was
lost.
it wasn't good.
Yeah,
It wasn't good. So maybe the Falcons will if Chicago goes ahead and uses the first pick, um, they might make an offer for Justin Fields, who
maybe.
again, Arthur Smith is the most normal looking man
I,
that is a head coach in the NFL I've ever seen in my life, but he is a good coach. And I think Arthur Smith would be a really good head coach for Justin Fields.
I
I, I,
don't.
I really think he would. He's
Having watched the Bears, I normally don't. They're not horribly far off from being pretty good.
they really need a much better head coach. They really do.
Absolutely, that would be the first thing to start.
Yeah.
All you got to look. This is the difference in coaching. How much of a difference in coaching? The Browns, the last few years, would have. They could not hold on to a lead. It
Yeah.
was all because of Joe Woods. You put in a new head defensive coordinator, their defense is number one in the league.
Yeah.
Which coaching makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah,
It does. The
absolutely.
players have to play, but
Yeah,
the coaches have to put in the scheme that will
right.
make the players successful.
Exactly.
They
Yep.
have to. I mean,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
you and I are not there in every practice, no,
No.
but it still has something to do with it. It has to, otherwise they wouldn't have coaches.
Yeah.
If
No.
the
Exactly. Yeah.
coaching doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference, they
You
wouldn't
nailed
have.
it. Is you got to put your personnel, run a system that maxes out the people's skills that you have that they have.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
Joe Woods, I was just talking to a friend of mine. If Joe Woods ran the draft, the Browns or could have done his defense, he would have just had 11 safeties in the game the whole time. And just what it said, I'm playing prevent. That's it. I'll just have 11 safeties. You try to pass against us.
and hope that the offense makes a mistake. And hope that
Yeah,
they do.
it just was awful.
So our last game for the day, the Bills put a beat down on the Cowboys. There's
Yeah,
no other way. There's no other way to look at it. The Bills put a beat down on the Cowboys.
are we surprised by that? Dallas
No.
on the road, Buffalo at home.
Yeah.
Uh, Dak in a big game on the
Yeah.
road. Whew.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and so right away, they Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts might not play Monday night.
I saw that.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
So
Who's
it
their
just
backup? Bridgewater? No.
I don't know
Uh,
who the backup is. Hang on a second. Keep talking. I'll look.
I'm trying to think now of the backup. Not Bridge. It's not a bad. It's not. It's a decent name. I can't
Yeah.
think of who it is. I saw that some Eagles players are unhappy with Jalen Hurts. So
Oh, really?
yeah, which I don't understand all that. He turns the ball over too much. They say.
Well, he's been turning
But
it. Oh, Marcus Mariota.
there you go. Not
He
bad. He's been a starter. So
Yeah, he's turned the ball over a lot this year.
yeah.
Um,
Let's flash forward. If the NFC playoffs go the way that we probably think they're going to, and it'll be the Eagles and Niners, do you want Hurts in there or Mariota?
oh yeah, yeah, Hurts.
You got to go with Hurts. There's no
I
question.
don't I don't even play the game.
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, come on. I,
yeah, you
I
have
mean
to.
that's. I mean, okay, Mariota might be a
So
popular
so
a
yeah,
popular guy in the locker room, but popularity ain't gonna win an NFL game for
no,
you.
no,
And,
not
that,
yeah,
and there's a reason that he's
yeah.
no longer a starting quarterback in the NFL.
And
There
I
is
do
a
think
reason.
right the Niners win is next week. The Ravens.
Yes.
If the Niners win that game next week, they're going to probably have home field for the playoffs. which to me will be the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll. I don't think for the Niners is as imperative as it is for the Eagles or the Cowboys,
True. Good point.
because I think the Niners can win
Yeah.
regardless of where they have to play.
I think Niners are set up this year, barring a major injury, to win it all. They really are.
And
This should be the year. Not
my only caveat is Shanahan.
yeah, right. They could be. They could. Well, you don't know what could happen with him. They
But
could be leading somebody by 20 at halftime of the Super Bowl, and we don't know what Shanahan's going to do. So
yeah, I mean, I will give him credit for the fact that he had, and I think this, I don't know for sure. I think he did some self reflection, and he identified where he's been wrong in the past
yeah,
and is trying to correct that.
I
And
think yeah.
so I give him credit for that, because he has done some
Well,
stuff with his play calling that's been different this year. They've scored a lot of touchdowns
oh
this year.
yeah,
A
I'm trying to
lot of
think.
them.
Their losses are to Cleveland, Cincinnati, and
And Cleveland they only lost to
yeah,
because
yeah. Moody missed it.
because the kicker missed the
But
field goal.
who's the third loss? Oh, Minnesota was the
And
third loss.
that one was the defense acted like
Well,
they never.
Cousins. I still remember that game. To me, Cousins looked like a Hall of Famer to me.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
defense acted like they had
He
never
made some
played
throws that
football
were
before.
just incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
But
line.
I'm going back to those. The only I think the way to beat the Niners and your only chance is if you let the Niners get ahead by 14, you're done. You have to
Lately,
get put them down 14
yeah, lately it's
somehow.
yeah, lately
Make
it's been
Shanahan
kind of
work trying to catch up,
yeah, lately it's
and
been
that's your
kind of
only chance.
yeah,
Yeah,
lately it's been kind of like they're up three in the game, and you have a hard time because the defense
yeah,
is just going to take care of things.
yeah. You got to get a lead on them. That's your only chance, I think, this
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
So was it last week? Last week I think we said the who was it? We were bad on who was supposed to win those final. Oh, the two games on Monday night. We were bad on
Oh
who
yeah,
we. Yeah, that was horrible.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're not prognosticators or
Although what? Yeah, what
soothsayers.
was? Oh, that was the Dolphins. Somehow losing. I don't even know how they lost still, but they lost to the Titans in the last couple games.
Yes, yes.
So,
I wiped that from my memory.
yeah,
Yeah, but the Ravens and Jaguars, I think, will be a good game tonight. I
yeah, it
will
should be.
not be surprised that the Jaguars win, because
Wow.
the Ravens usually have a game where they just go out and play like dog,
Yeah.
and and it's against an opponent that they are better than, because they're better than the Jaguars, but
Right.
they're not two touchdowns better, but they're at least 3 points
Yeah.
better,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah. Jags
Eagles.
are a good team. Yeah.
And then the Eagles and Seahawks tomorrow night. I think it'll depend on who is playing tomorrow night.
If
Um,
Gino doesn't start, also who's the Seahawks backup? Lock.
Drew Lock,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, and so
Seattle, you're so we can end this prediction already. Seattle, Seattle will not be winning the NFC West. We can put that one to bed,
yeah,
right?
that was my bad at the beginning of the year. I because I like their receiver group, and I like the two defensive backs that they drafted this last year, the two
Yeah.
rookies. Big,
Well, yeah.
big, strong, physical cornerbacks, and the receivers are all big and strong and
Well, I love
fast.
DK Metcalf. I think Gino. We said earlier this Gino became New York Gino again.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is
but
too bad, but yeah,
I think it has a lot to do with whatever injury he got, like about 3 or 4 games ago.
Yeah,
that he just hasn't
yeah.
recovered from it.
I
So
love DK Metcalf. I would want him on the Browns in a heartbeat. Love him.
if he can keep
Yeah,
from starting a fight,
yeah, that's true too. Well,
I
he's a
like
big
him
guy.
too. I mean, I would like to, I'd like to see him in a 49er uniform. It would be funny.
Oh yeah, he's
It would be funny to see the two biggest
uh,
wide receivers the NFL had ever seen, him and Debo Samuel, on the field
well, who
on the
was
same team.
he was on the Niners, he was on the Ravens. Uh, I think he was on Baltimore. Big
Oh,
receiver. Uh,
Anquan Bolden.
oh yeah, I always loved Bolden too.
He was a Cardinal to begin with.
Yeah, but a big
Oh
guy.
my goodness, he was huge. He
Yeah.
was huge. He was bigger than most linebackers.
Yep.
Yeah, I would love to see Debo and
Oh my
well,
goodness. If you-
since we're bringing up fantasies, I would love to see Debo, AJ Brown, and
oh yeah.
DK Metcalf
Yeah.
as the three wide receivers, and you got nothing but puny defensive backs,
Oh
and
yeah.
they're just going to get hurt. I mean, run after the catch would be kind of a given. They're going to get 10, 15 yards after they touch the ball. So, and I think Metcalf and AJ Brown were on Ole Miss in
Oh, I
college.
didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were teammates on Ole Miss, and I'm like, wait a minute, how could Ole Miss must have had the most horrible quarterback?
I was just thinking, who was the quarterback?
I don't know. I'll research it for next week when we talk. But anyway, buddy, I think it's time for us to get out of here. It's been great. We only have a couple more weeks, but this has
Yeah.
been fun. So
Oh yeah.
a little traveling music. There we go.
The theme song.
I got to figure out who's doing this song. Thank you guys, and thank you very much for another week of two guys catching up on football. I'm Otis,
I'm Jerry.
and we will see you
We'll see
later.
you next week.